What happened to Enhanced Athlete? Am I still with them? Let's get started. So, I'm just going to keep it 100. Keep it 100% real, honest, raw. I have been depressed when it comes to YouTube and everything. Losing everything I worked for the past 2 years like that over these past 3 months, As much as I want to say it's not taking a toll on me, as much as I want to just get over it, I've been having trouble getting over that hump, to get motivated to start from the bottom again and grind, essentially. And not really because I don't feel like putting in the work anymore. It's just that I don't know how to be successful in this day and age with this much censorship, because I still need to continue building new audience members. I can't just take, my 1,000 subs that I have and put them on an unbiased platform. I need to come back and organically grow somewhere that has a big, viewership. So that has been my biggest challenge. And then my other hurdle and blast was Enhanced Athlete, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. But if you could please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, and maybe tell your friend who used to be subscribed to one of my past 2 channels that, I'm starting another cycle soon. My bloods are going to get done, and then as long as everything checks out all right, my ALT, HDL, LDL, and everything's good to go, LH, FSH, I'm going to have a lot more fun with this cycle. I've been teasing it on my Instagram, and I always plug my Instagram just because I know it's not going to get taken down. So follow me on Instagram at RUSSO Lifts. I'm also excited to be bringing YK11 back in the next cycle. And if you want the plug for this, can't talk about it on here, but if you want the plug for YK677, third party tested, USA third party tested, check out my Instagram. Can't talk about it here, shoot me an email. But Enhanced Athlete, getting to the point. So yes, the SARMs are no longer carried by Enhanced Athlete. All the sister sites are only open for international use, so they are shut down domestically. So everything across the board, besides the arachidonic acid slim pills, the natural subs are, still up, obviously. But everything else, all the RCs, chems, peps, everything is done with the EA. And basically, that was the way they had to go, in my opinion, and I'm sure in the EA's legal team opinion, to continue EA as a brand. So you see companies like Blackstone and other companies that ride the line, pushing the boundaries for freedom. When products catch too much attention, it tends to be a problem. And, SARMs, back when I first started messing around with them on my lab rat 2 years ago, no one even knew what they were. I was one of the only ones documenting my experiences with them outside of forums, and that's why so many people gravitated towards my videos, was that I wasn't some anonymous person who looked like shit on a forum. Well, I look like shit in some of my videos, but at least I put my physique out there, put my lifts out there, and actually documented the side effects, got blood work done, showed how suppressive they actually were to me, and showed that I made full PCT recovery, and documented all my side effects with dosages, like I said, and the benefits. And I showed linear progression, and I'm still progressing to this day. I remember people who followed me all the way back then to where my physique is at now. They can pretty much say, I'm not bullshitting you, that I've been pretty much linearly progressing, throughout these past 2 years. And, all my SARM documentation definitely was very new back then. Not so much anymore. They caught a lot of attention. And, with that comes regulation, and that's sadly, the fate of SARMs. Well, not just yet. So, everyone who says SARMs are already banned is wrong. The bill is proposed, meaning it will probably pass, but you can watch the bill, just Google SARMs ban on the government website and you can view it. But in my opinion, it needs to be revised at least before it continues moving forward. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the fate of SARMs if it does pass and makes it all the way through. But SARMs are not banned yet. So what about me and Enhanced Athlete? What's next? So they took my coupon code down for a while as they were pretty much reevaluating for themselves what was next. And you know, a lot of you guys messaged me that the coupon code got taken down. I personally didn't really know what was going on at that point. And they decided to put my coupon code back up there for you guys. So if you guys still want to order the arachidonic acid, Slim pills, the pre-workout, and any of the other products, the diuretic, the Expel 750, I really like that product. Feel free to. You know, they will still be moving forward as a brand. I think it also sucks for EA that they lost all the content and work they put in media side, because that's what built the brand of EA, was the raw, unbiased content. And they have good products, good natural products. Are they as good as SARMs and, you know, the RCs? No, because they're natural products. But they're good natural products. And I think if they still had the media force they had today, you know, the 100K subs, and, you know, being untouched on YouTube, they would have did fine. But EA pushing forward, they are going to try and come up with new stuff. Obviously, Coach Trevor is pushing for new stuff, and I'm not going to spoil it. I will let him do his own videos on the stuff that he's working on. But yeah, that's what's new. Tony's in China looking at the Chinese Fitness Expo, where, if you don't know, the Chinese Fitness Expo pretty much has stuff that people in America have never seen before, supplements wise. So he will be one of the first Americans to probably view some of these new radical products, and I'm sure he's going to see all the steroids and all the exotic steroids and all the lab steroids while he's over there as well. But yeah, that is what happened. Moving forward for me, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this channel now, besides continue documenting my progress, because I do that for myself, and if you guys want to continue doing it. I don't really know how much I can talk about, you know, on camera, but I am working on probably going to try and start up a blog where I can write, you know, my own post and maybe put like an unbiased video on it. But, you know, that's kind of financially, you know, going to work through that. And I got to, you know, find someone to make it the way I want to make it, so it's very easy to navigate. And I'm going to get that priced out and then, you know, move from there. But hopefully I'll have blog articles and all my old videos on there. Moving forward, still going to do the cycle logs, just going to be titled and tagged differently, so you guys can still view it on YouTube and it not pop any red flags. Obviously, I'm just going to talk around the bush. You guys who know the lingo and the code names of stuff will understand what I'm saying, but the people who are brand new, you know, really looking to learn, gather information on enhanced bodybuilding, will probably have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. So I will at least be appealing to, you know, the seasoned people who are just watching my progress versus the noobs who are trying to learn. So that's what happened to EA. All the chems, RCs are down. They're going to push forward, and I still suggest you support their fight for freedom of information with the products. You can still use my code if you want to. If you want the plug for, again, the YK, RAD, Austrine, you know, blah, 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 shoot me an email, follow me on Instagram. Can't talk about it here, but I'm going to continue pushing forward and hopefully get over this hump. I appreciate everyone DMing me like, when's the next video coming out, and continuing to try and kick my ass back into, you know, getting after it. But it's one of the last things on my plate now. I kind of got to figure out what I want to do in my life. And at 21, it's a big decision. So I really do love this job, but it was snatched and burned from me. So definitely need to find something safer and, you know, more strategic and versatile aka finish my degree out. So I gotta put more energy towards that, most likely, unless something radical happens, which I doubt. But hey, who knows? I'll see you guys in my next one. The next cycle is starting very soon. I'll see you in my next one.